the another episode of Bizom's podcast, Masters of Change, a conversation with change makers. I am Mehak Jaggi, your host for today, and we are in conversation with Balram Bhattacharjee, who is the VP Sales at Sprout Life Foods Private Limited, famously known as Yoga Bar. So as you all know, Yoga Bar is a famous company for healthy snacking, and I'm a big fan of your products.
Oh, thank you so much.
Starting from the packaging, shout out to your design team. It is great, Balram.
Yeah, thank you.
And so today we thought of getting hold of you and having a conversation around everything about Yoga Bar and see how the business is actually growing in the market. So before we go into the day-to-day conversations, Balram, we just wanted to know more about you. That how did you actually started your career in this industry? And if you could just walk us through how did your sales journey started?
Oh, great. Thank you, Mehak, for hosting me and coming to our office for this. So I started my career after I completed my master's in business. Nestle was the first company what I joined, and I learned all the tricks of the trades there. And Nestle, they are very diversified. They have beverages, they have culinary, they have chocolate and confectionery. So there actually you learn all the business, because all this different category of business needs a different expertise. So I stayed there for almost 5 years, and then a couple of years I spent with Henkel, which is a German MNC who are largely into detergents. So Fa, Brill, or Henko, those are the brand Henkel has. Then therefrom I joined Kellogg, and I spent almost a long 12 years with them.
Okay.
And there I learned all this thing, in different geography, different channel, different roles. And then finally I wanted to do something for a new age Indian brand. Earlier I worked with all the MNCs and I learned it. I wanted to be with a company who was really want to change something, and Yoga Bar was a company who actually they have come up with a clean label, which is very, very nutritious product, and we care for the health of the people. Here in Yoga Bar, what product we sell, we also use it at our home. I mean, that Suhasini is the founder, and she created all the brands, and whatever she makes, that's being consumed at her house. Let's say suppose we have come up with Choco. Choco is consumed by her daughter. So that love of a mother and the care of a mother and a sister is there in all the product. So that's how the Yoga Bar is made. And for me, so I wanted to do this thing. Then I came in touch with Suhasini, and that's how I joined Yoga Bar. And it's almost 2 plus years that I'm in Yoga Bar.
That's really interesting. Good to hear that. Because I see you started somewhere working in the ground level by understanding how the market nitty-gritties work. And then gradually, as you mentioned, that you have been part of multiple organizations, starting from Nestle, Henkel, Kellogg's, and now into Yoga Bar. So we can surely say this: you are like an engine who's bringing in revenue every another day to the company. So great to hear that.
That's the job of a sales guy, and being a leader, leading the sales. I have to ensure that revenue keeps on coming.
Absolutely, that's great to hear that. You also mentioned that Suhasini and Anandita, who are the co-founders and of this company itself. So even I see that very interestingly, the name Yoga Bar. So where did it actually came from? Why Yoga Bar is the name of the company, and how did the ideation of starting the company came into picture?
Suhasini has mentioned it multiple times in many of the interviews. You can find it. So both the sisters, Anindita and Suhasini, they were in US.
Right.
And when they were there, they used to go for a yoga classes.
Okay.
And when after the yoga classes they came out, and in US bar, nutrition bar and energy bar, protein bar, this is a big segment, big
Right.
business. That time in India it was not there. So both the sisters they were having a bar, and that time Anindita said that if sometime I create any bar like this, so I'll call it a yoga bar. And then immediately Swati said, then I mean, what we are waiting for? Let's trademark it and go back to India and build it
Okay.
there. Because in India that time the concept of a nutrition bar, protein bar was not there.
Right.
But she is visionary, so she could see that it is a market for future.
Interesting.
So that's how the name Yoga Bar they decided.
Very interesting. Even nowadays, there are a lot of millennials or Gen Z people trying to move into a space where they are trying to do gym, yoga, or they are following multiple diets such as keto and doing multiple things here and there. So do you feel that nowadays, one, making awareness of your product in the market is essential? One, how do you do that? Two, do you actually feel that because India is a market where taste plays a major role? Well, I come from a Punjabi family, and taste is like a priority for us
100%.
over any nutritional food that we actually eat. मतलब मेरा ये पर्सनल परसेप्शन है, मैं कहूँगी अगर न्यूट्रिशनल है तो मे बी उसका टेस्ट इतना अच्छा नहीं होगा.
Correct.
So how do you make sure कि yoga bar actually maintains both taste and nutritional values same time?
See, in India, taste come before the health.
Right.
And when we create any product in Yoga Bar, we ensure that the nutritions are there, health is there, but taste is non-negotiable. Because in India you cannot compromise with the taste. So any product of Yoga Bar will be 100%. You will get the value, nutrition value, and everything. It will be healthy. It will be very clean.
Right.
It is made out of the ingredient which you find in your kitchen.
Okay.
So if you now people are now becoming more aware, they can see and read the label.
Right.
Most of the companies you will say that there are many elements that you don't understand, or first time you will see. Some you will say that INS 320,
right.
Those are some chemicals, some preservatives, something. But Yoga Bar doesn't use anything. It's all natural, no preservative, and it's gluten free. Okay. So here, what are the ingredients you will see in Yoga Bar product? All the ingredients you will find in your kitchen. Largely is a very very basic ingredient.
Right.
We don't use any such chemicals. We don't use any preservative. We don't use any palm oil or something which is harmful for your body. And while we create any product, we ensure that you also get the taste. Because India, that's the number one thing that you cannot compromise with it.
Right.
Beat any, not only. So if you go to any state, so you will see that taste is number one.
Right.
And we need that. So Yoga Bar gives a pure combination of taste plus health. And it's not that I am with Yoga Bar, that's why I'm saying you have to believe. Buy any product, you taste any product. I can guarantee for that.
But honestly, your product tastes great, and this again is the product that I actually consume. So coming to the next segment, I just wanted to understand from you that Hasini, in one of her articles mentioned that there is a satisfaction in being the first to create something. So do you actually align with this notion, and do you have experimented, or if you could highlight any 0 to 1 initiatives or projects on the similar lines?
I think what she said that she started it from 0 and make it 1, not only 1, 1, 2, 3, this step up. And I don't know exactly what you are referring to, but if I'm not wrong, she is referring to say 0 to 1, and she wanted to be the first mover. Even when she started this company, that time bar was not there in the market. It was not that. Health concept was not that dominant. That time only taste was very very dominant. But she has visualized that health has to come into play, clean level has to come into play, and people will look for a product which has a nutrition value, at the same time give the taste. So this is, I think, pioneering this thing was starting from 0 to 1, she would have referred. If you want to understand from a business context, yes, she started from zero only. She started this business from her house, making the bar and then going selling. And that time she used to manage everything by herself. I mean, sales, production,
Okay.
all and all.
Okay.
Then the team started joining. Then she started adding product. Last 3 years we have scaled this up like anything. We have added many products. Initially it was only bar.
Right.
Now this thing. So in every stage there is a phase where you have to pass that 0 to 1. When you are launching any new product, then you have to walk that path. You are opening any new market, you have to walk that path. So now we are in expansion mode. We are exploring other countries in the South Asia. It is again 0 to 1. So it is there in our daily life. So with all the employees of Yoga Bar, they don't shy away from walking that path of 0 to 1.
You rightly mentioned, even I was that day going through news and I was reading that one that you rightly mentioned, that you are now trying to expand in South Asian countries as well. And correct me if I'm wrong, your protein bars are the most highest selling SKU in the market. So do you feel that Choco as a product is also picking up, because we see there are famous players in the market itself who are very famously known for their breakfast categories or breakfast segments, because nowadays mostly people are working and they don't have time to cook. Two, they are also very conscious about what they are consuming. So do you feel that competing with such big players in the market will be a challenge for Yoga Bar as a company?
See, obviously it is a challenge when you are fighting with MNC. Then they have muscle power, they have lots of money, they put lots of money in the media, and you know how media plays a role.
Right.
Okay, so obviously it's a challenge, but we play on our strength. It's not that, say, if you say today we get bar is the leading. We are the leader in the bar segment. At the same time, we are also very, very dominant. We are very strong in our muesli. So our dark chocolate muesli is the number one dark chocolate muesli in the country.
Okay.
Our zero sugar muesli is the number one zero sugar muesli. Okay. So if you see pack-wise also, we are the winner. We are the leader in many of the mueslis. And you see, muesli is there are many, many players. MNCs like Kellogg's are there, Bagri is there, Tata is there. So
Right.
many companies, but there also we lead in many SKU. Overall, also, if you see the muesli business, we are at a very strong position as of now. So we are not afraid of fighting with the MNCs, because our strength and our product are exceptionally good. There is no match, and it's not. You should not believe, because I am saying, I will urge you to have it, taste the product, and then I will know for sure that you will also do the same thing. Okay, so similarly, what you were saying, that we have come up with Choco. In the Choco also, if you say that all the MNCs they are selling, largely it is made out of atta and maida, the major ingredient. Right. If you see.
Right.
The leader in the market, you will find 30% atta, 30% maida. So 60% is made out of atta and maida. Generally, the marketing gimmicks, all these things where you highlight milk and all these things, people will not know that it has 30% maida. In our Choco, there is zero maida. There is no maida, no atta. It's gluten free, no wheat. What is made out of it? It's made out of 7 different grains. It has jowar, bajra, ragi, to dal, chana dal, moong dal. Taste is exceptionally good. At the same, you get all the goodness of millets.
Right.
And you, it is so nutritious.
But
so that's like, so when you have a great product, probably it takes little longer time to establish, but you will win the game.
But on the same notion, we also see that consumers, because at the end of the day, we both also consume these day-to-day products in the market, right? And there is a product stickiness, the product loyalty that we say. That, for instance, I am really fond of consuming noodles, and Maggi is my like a go-to instant noodle product that I typically eat. So अगर मैं market में जाती हूँ and if I somehow not try find this Maggie product at the shelf space, I tend to come back or maybe look at some other store or maybe try to buy it online. But do you feel that, as you mentioned, Kellogg's is very strong for their chocos as a segment, cornflakes as well. So do you feel that how will you bring that consumer awareness one to that change in the mind that, as you mentioned, a USP that there is no maida and it is gluten free. It has all nutritional ingredients in itself. So do you feel that bringing a shift in the consumer's mindset that they have been consuming these products since ages now, and Yoga Bar will make a relevant position in their minds?
Yeah, a good question. See, now if you see the journey in this industry, so lots of multiple revolution has happened so far, and last what changes, dramatical change, what you see in India is the digitization,
Right.
the introduction of net, net connection. Now Geo connection is everywhere.
Right.
So people are digitally very, everybody has a net connection on the phone, and the mobile penetration is very high. So with this thing, and second, that COVID has taught us how health is important. This was not
Absolutely.
there. So with the net and all this thing, people are more aware about the product, what they are eating, and at the same time they are also aware of the health. They know that health is paramount. That is number one. If I am healthy, I can manage all the other things.
Right.
And food is one of the major things that ensure your health. So now people are becoming more aware about what they are eating, what is going into this thing. Because see, if you see now, in the lots of things are coming in the news. Recent news about the Nestle baby food. So
Right.
this has come. Earlier this was not there. Now even for the spices, that what news has come for Everest and all these companies. The same thing. So because now people are checking everything. Now you cannot make them fool that I will put any ingredient, any harmful things in the food which will make it more tasty, but it is really harmful for you. So now slowly people, all the consumer, they are more aware. They are reading the labels, and that is a very big change in India. Okay, and this will increase. So marketing gimmick can only fool for a limited period. People are getting knowledgeable. They want to understand what they are eating, what they want to understand what is going inside, and that's on the basis of they are taking their calls.
Right.
Now in the breakfast cereal, if you see, even in the India breakfast cereal and the bar segment, what is this? This is not a mass category. This is little niche category where our TG, they are more aware, they are more knowledgeable. So in that case, considering this thing, our job is little easier because I don't need to go to a remote location and I have to educate people. My TG is already a millennial, already a Gen Z. They are tech savvy. They want to read the label. They want to understand what they are eating, whether that is good or bad for their health. And that's how they are taking the call. That is the A. Okay. B, we are also digitally very strong. We do multiple things. We do all this awareness campaigning and all this thing where we make all the consumers aware that, see, whatever, I'm not saying that you only buy my product. Whatever you are buying, you just check the label. And by doing this thing, you will do justice with the company as well as justice with you. Because end of the day, we care for your health.
Right.
Okay. So when these two things, people are more knowledgeable, they are more aware, and this digital revolution has also amplified it, then it's not very difficult to do. Only thing that what we have to do that we have to have a great product. We have to be honest about our product and what we are.
That's great. Good to hear that you actually understand what consumers at the end of the day wants, and you're actually seeing that कि किस तरीके से हम इसको मार्केट करें, अपना एक प्रोडक्ट किस तरीके से मार्केट में पोजीशन करें. So great piece on that. So Balram, you also mentioned that nowadays there is a lot of shift happening in the consumer's mindset, and people are now being tech savvy.
Right.
People are so nowadays digitally infused that everything is on their fingertips. As simple as me ordering food from Zomato, or I buying dress for myself or from any e-com platforms itself. Or maybe I'm as far as buying a grocery or any my day-to-day eating items from these Zeptos, Blinkits and Instamarts. So do you feel that Yoga Bar want to invest more in these quick commerce space, or just want to be very heavy in your offline retail distribution? What is the main strategy for Yoga Bar?
See, now what you said rightly, say people are moving into e-com and the quick com and all these things. But if you understand the consumer properly, so now consumer are evolved and they are a omni-channel consumer. I mean, it's not that if you're a shopper, you don't only buy from quick commerce. You buy from quick commerce, you buy from e-commerce, you buy from modern trade, you buy from general trade, everywhere. It depends upon your timing, your shopping mission, your exactly need, what you want to buy. So it depends upon multiple other variable things. So as a Yoga Bar, we are an omni-channel player. We are equally strong in modern trade, general trade, e-com and quick com, and we'll keep on doing that. So it's not that we'll be heavy on quick com. No, we'll be equally present in all the channels, and that's how you create a brand, because today's consumer visit all. It's not that there is no specific shopper who only buy from quick com or only buy from e-com or only buy from modern trade. So that's the overall consumer behavior. So we'll play on that.
Absolutely rightly said. If I see myself, even or rather every Indian have this tendency to one check multiple things के इस वेबसाइट पे कितने का मिल रहा है या दूसरी वेबसाइट पे कितने का, and they tend to compare prices. Even when I typically order food, I do check on Swiggy itself and as well as on Zomato itself. So, but yes. So omni-channel is the next new big thing that is happening in the
Not only, say you are saying that I'll check in 2 hotel or 2 e-com platform. Other than that also, it depends. Suppose when you go for a monthly buying, okay, so you want to fill up your pantry, a monthly shopping.
Right.
Many shopper you will find that they will go to a modern trade store and they will buy. They will not buy from quick com. Quick com they will buy which is instant. Say now I have run out. The top up will happen from this thing. That's why you see the modern trade basket size is different. It's far higher than a quick commerce basket size. So it depends upon your need. Okay, so for top up, even you will go to a neighborhood store. Say suppose you have every day you eat breakfast cereal. Now today morning suddenly you realize that your cornflakes is not there. It's over. So immediately you can order from a quick com platform, because in 10 minutes the delivery will come. You will finish your breakfast and you go.
Right.
But say suppose you have to buy the monthly enter all the groceries, then probably you will not do that. You will visit a nearby modern trade store or somewhere and you will do. Many people will also buy entire monthly groceries from e-com, but the behavior are very different for different individual. So they are present in all the channels.
Even recently in a report published by Nielsen, so they did a survey in India itself, majorly in Rajasthan and Delhi, and they really found out by the survey that in these 2 areas, the number of retail, the kirana shops that we typically say, are reducing day by day because of the introduction of these e-com platforms. Because now you see Zeptos and Blinkits of the world are present entirely in many cities. So do you see that in India, obviously in upcoming years, this trend will just wave off all the kirana shops, the small mom and pop shops in India?
I don't think so. Because see, when if you go back say 15-20 years back, you will see that when first modern trade came, largely the big bazaar they came.
Right.
And that time same news was there that now Kirana will go, there was lots of resistance, strike, this and that. But what happened? The consumption went up because in India still emotion matters. All people say if you see, many people they want to interact. They will go, "Arey Ramu Kaka ka dukaan se ye lana hai," or "This store is specialized for this thing." They will go, they will chat, they will have some local connection, local discount. Somebody will only give you a phone call that send me this 10 products to
Right.
the neighborhood store, that still exists. Okay, so it's not going to e-com is not going to eliminate the general trade, neither the modern trade. Every channel has a role to play, and they will play that role. Say suppose the role what quick commerce is playing, say instantly I want a cheese and it is run out, I don't have, I have to buy, I have to get it in 10 minutes, I cannot go out, otherwise I will not consume it. But now my consumption will go up because instantly I can order it from a quick com and I get it. So that's how it's. Every individual channel has a role to play, and they are playing their individual role. Now little bit here and there ups and downs will be there, but
Right.
that is negligible. It's nothing dramatical change is going to happen in next 10 years in India.
Understood. Makes sense.
And largely in introduction of e-com, quick com and all these things, consumption will go up.
Right.
So earlier, say probably your exposure was not there with all this product. Now you'll get exposed to all these things. So you will spend more. You will consume. You will explore different things, different food. So that will increase.
Even you
And that
rightly
is-
mentioned that because of this quick commerce, one, obviously it saves time whenever you want any product instantly in like another 10 minutes. Two, I want to order something like from Zepto. So I typically tend to have this thing कि चलो एक प्रोडक्ट और ऐड कर लेते हैं कि मुझे बेटर डिस्काउंट मिल
Right,
जाएगा
right.
या मेरी डिलीवरी फ्री हो
Free
जाएगी.
रहेगी.
And I think this is only bringing your capacity of buying is increasing. Two, the value of card that you rightly highlighted is trying to increase. Interesting, good to hear. know
And
that.
today also the quick com and all this thing is not a very profitable because their average bill value is very low.
Okay.
So anyway that has to go up. Otherwise it's not a sustainable model. So it will evolve. There are many things to come.
Understood. I also see, and I have been reading this all over the internet these days, that ITC is now in the process, or rather have started that to acquire Yoga Bar as a company, because one, ITC being a very big player in India for years now, and they also do have very interesting segments for the breakfast categories that you typically have, starting from pancakes to cornflakes to protein bars and so on and so forth. So if I'm right in saying, is it true that in next 2 to 3 years there will be 100% acquisition by ITC?
ITC has invested into Yoga Bar. So they have taken certain percent of share with a certain amount of investment, and by 2026 100% acquisition will happen.
Okay.
So we have that investment has already happened. We are working with ITC hand on hand. They are helping us to scale up the business. Lots of integration. We are learning many things from them. They are very, very strong, and they have a great resource. Their sourcing is very strong, their logistic is very strong, their marketing is very strong. So wherever we need help, we have ITC with us. So we have joint hands, we want to make it big. And finally, always Yoga Bar wanted that to be with a strong big company and who are Indians. So largely I feel proud to be Indian. I joined this company being an Indian startup, and ultimately will merge into a company which is Indian.
That's good to hear. So we can see some very fruitful sales happening in the upcoming years.
Yeah, 100%. You will see that.
That's great.
That has already started.
So I feel, is this like a good sentiment happening in the organization, or there have been internal dynamic changes once there was a news around that now ITC is gonna acquire Yoga Bar? Or people are just like very happy internally that yes, we are now going to be big with them? How is the dynamics looking like?
See, any change is good, and change is only permanent things. I mean, you cannot say that there will be no changes. Lots of changes, and every day there is a changes. And more you adapt all these changes is good for you. Having said that, this Yoga Bar and ITC, people are happy because see, end of the day, you have a big company, big MNC who are backing you up, who are with you. And for a startup and MNC culture and the working style and everything is very, very, very different. And in a startup environment, you need those support. now we are getting those supports from ITC. And if you ask me what is the reaction of the employees, they are very happy because at the end of the day, they're going to be part of ITC team, which is very strong in India, which is a very known and very close to people's heart in India. So they have such a strong brand like Ashirvad, EP, Bingo,
Right.
Vival, Fiamma, very very strong brand. Then Dark Fantasy. So merging with ITC is always a great news for everyone.
And
So
now
people are
Yoga
happy.
Bar will also be part of it.
Yoga Bar is part of
Interesting.
ITC,
Interesting.
and in 2026 it will be 100% part of ITC. Now also it's part of ITC.
तो जैसे अब हम कहते हैं कि आशीर्वाद हर घर घर में,
तो
तो योगा बार भी बार बार लोग खाएंगे.
Yes.
That's good. That's good. So now, Balram, we finally come to our last segment. So Balram, are you ready?
Yeah.
First, chocolate brownie protein bar or blueberry blast protein bar?
Blueberry Blast.
Less technology in sales operation or completely tech-driven sales operation?
Obviously, completely tech-driven organization, self-organization.
Suhasini or Anandita, which one is the easier to work with?
Swasini.
India or rest of South Asia, the easier market to crack?
All are equal, but I'll choose India.
Modern trade or kirana stores?
Both are my babies, but I'll prefer modern trade.
Last question, yoga or gym workouts?
Gym for the muscle strength and for the inner strength, yoga.
Thank you so much for your time today. It was a great conversation. I hope we all continue to consume your products and do a lot of yoga and do a lot of gym so that we stay fit and consume nutritional products that you have. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much to you, Mehak. I really appreciate it.
With that, it's a wrap for this episode. We'll try to bring more interesting conversations with our upcoming business leaders and try to bring some nutritional insights on the table. Hope to see you again in our next episode.